So I was talking to this lady, right? And she works at this job. It's a deli. And at her deli, there's a bunch of different workers. There's a guy that's in the back, there's a couple of different people. And one of the guys, the guy that makes the hoagies and the salads, is an Aquarius. So this woman was telling me, and she's a Cancer, and she's really nice. And she told me that she really likes this Aquarius, but the Aquarius doesn't talk to her. Like, he says hello, he's polite, he comes in every day, says hi to everybody, goes to his station, handles his business, says goodnight, and goes home. So he really stays very much to himself. He has one friend that works in the back, they talk to each other, but for the most part he's very quiet. And she said to me that she's very confused about the Aquarius because even though he doesn't say anything, he's always looking. Like, she always catches him looking at her, watching her out of the corner of his eye. Or, she'll be in the back and she'll see him. They have like this mirror thing, and the mirror thing shows you who's coming around the corner. And she says sometimes he'll just be standing there looking at the mirror and she's in the mirror. So she's like, he keeps watching me and he's very polite, but he won't say anything. What is wrong with him? And I was like, aha, I know exactly what's wrong with him, and I'm going to tell you after the introduction. Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Aset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody that you know. Everybody, every Aquarius, everybody that's with an Aquarius, send them my videos. And please drop us positive comments in the comment section. And stick around to the end because I have 2 really cool positive comments to read. And if you would like to get a reading done, I am a card shark. Please email me or hit me up on social media. If you would like to get some Ask an Aquarius merchandise, I would love to sell you some, and the link is underneath this video. If you would like to become a patron, my link to Patreon is underneath this video. And if you would like to become a member of this channel, you can hit that button that says join next to the subscribe button and become a member and get some cool member perks. So what is this Aquarius doing? He's studying her. That's what we do. This is the thing about Aquarius. And I mean, of course, we don't all do this, but a lot of us are very observant. And a lot of us will study you, literally. So before making a comment, now remember, this is his job. So if an Aquarius is at work, or if we're at some place that's important to us, a lot of times we will study a potential suitor before approaching them. The idea with a friend or with the suitor is to see, do I want to be bothered with this person? Is this person cool before I start to engage? Because once you start to engage, you've opened the door to awkward relations and feelings. And, you've opened the door to all those feelings, Aquarius don't like all those feelings. So we don't want to open the door to feelings if we don't need to. Let's not open the door to feelings that don't need to be had. So we study a person to see, because is the person attractive? I mean, this girl is very attractive. So those things are already covered. And Aquarius can see from looking at you up front if you're our type. But that's not enough. You can't just be my type. Women approach me every day that are my type and get shot down because, yeah, you my type physically. But what about everything else? So he's studying her to see if she's his type in the other ways. And what are the other ways, you may ask? Well, there's physical, obviously. There's mental, emotional, and spiritual. So you might be my physical type. I like women with beautiful faces. I got a thing. You give me all that face, all that. I got a thing for that. I love a beautiful face, and I love a big woman. But just because she's a beautiful big woman doesn't mean I'm going to like her spirit. She might have a nasty attitude. It doesn't mean I'm going to like the way that she thinks. She might be a very pessimistic person and the glass is always half empty. I can't be around you. I can't manifest around you, boo boo. I got things to do. So I can't be around that vibration. She might be an emotional manipulator, for example. Not messing with that. So Aquarius likes to watch you. We watch how you interact with other people. We watch how you talk to people. Because if you talking greasy to people, I'm not feeling that. Now, mind you, every Aquarius is going to be looking for different things. What we're looking for, we're studying to see if these are the things that are compatible with us. So another Aquarius might not be looking for the things I'm looking for, but they're definitely looking for something. So we're studying you to see if you're compatible with our vibe. So if this person is an emotional manipulator, for example, or if they're always yelling at people or talking down to people or cussing somebody out, that's going to automatically turn me off. I don't care how beautiful, fine, attractive the person is. You're not compatible because you're not going to be in the streets embarrassing me cussing people out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to do that. You're not going to be at the restaurant talking down to the waiter embarrassing me, you know? So I'm going to watch this person to see that. And spiritually, like, you don't have to be spiritually what I'm into. Like, you don't have to be like a priestess or something like that. But I do need to know that, you know, you have some type of a spiritual understanding. And to me, that's important. To another person, it might not be. So this Aquarius is studying her. He's trying to see how she built, who you are, how are you made. This is what he's looking for. Is it worth dealing with her? You know, because remember, this is his place of employment. So if things go south, then he's stuck seeing her every day. So he's going to ask himself all of these questions. Is it worth getting to know you? And Aquarius ask ourselves that question pretty frequently because think about it. Aquarius is the sign of friendship. So we meet a lot of people. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people want to be our friend or friendly for whatever reason. So Aquarius have to be kind of discerning over which people are cool to be friendly with and which ones are not. And the more we get into hairy situations, the longer that checklist becomes. So he probably is trying to see, does she check off enough boxes? And after he sees yes or no, then he'll decide which way to go. So if she is worth pursuing, then he will start to say little things to her just to test the waters. If he thinks that she's not worth pursuing, he's just going to keep on doing the polite, vague thing. The polite, mysterious, vague Aquarius thing, you know? So I would let him do it. I would just let him do his little process because think about it like this. If he feels as though that you're not compatible with his vibration, why even go down that road? Why even start that journey if that's where he's at with it? Just let him make his little decision, and whatever decision, you know, whatever way he decides to go, that's fine. And if he decides that you guys are compatible, he'll start to drop little hints, he'll start to say little things, he'll throw out little feelers, and that's your opportunity to respond. That means you've made it to step 2. That's not even the ending step though. That just means he's like, okay, I think I can proceed. And then based on your interactions with each other, will you get to step 3? You know, because if the interactions vibe good, then okay, all right, well, maybe I can give her my number. Maybe I can text her sometimes. It will just gradually escalate. Remember, I told you guys a long time ago that Aquarius is like an ice cube. We gradually melt. Each layer, each step is melting. So right now he's frozen. He's frozen solid. Step 2, he'll start to drip a little something, you know. Step 3, even more than that. You know, by step 6, he'll probably be a puddle. But the point of the matter is that it takes a while, especially in this situation. A lot of people like me don't even like dating like at work. I did that and I never did it again. Like as I got older, when I got to be like 30 and up, I didn't do that anymore because I realized that when you do that, you're stuck with that person. You're stuck with that person at work. So let's say you start talking to the Aquarius and things don't go right. You know, now you stuck seeing them all the time. It's awkward. You know, Aquarius hate that. Then if you, let's say you decide to move on and talk to the fry guy, now they might have beef, or he might have an attitude with him, or he might see you some type of way because you used to like the Aquarius. It just adds a lot of drama to your job. And I don't recommend drama, period, but damn sure not where you making your money. My grandma always said, don't poop where you eat. Okay, those places should be separate. So if that's where you're eating, that's where you're getting your money. You don't want nothing to touch your paper. That's one thing about me. I always tell people, don't let nothing mess up your paper that's unnecessary. And messing around with some little boy or some little chick at your job is not necessary. You can meet somebody anywhere. You can meet somebody at church. You can meet somebody at the laundromat. You know, you can meet somebody at the movie theater. You can meet somebody online. You do not need to put your job in jeopardy for no poo-tang. Okay? So that's why the Aquarius is acting like that. He is studying you. So we do that all the time if we like somebody. You know, we study them just to see, you know, are they worth the time? Are they worth the effort? Are they worth the conversation? Because oddly enough, a lot of people aren't. I'm going to keep it real with you. A lot of people are not. A lot of people, if you really just sit back, they're just a pretty face. You know, they're just a beautiful package. And the package is gorgeous. But what's inside the package? If I give you a beautifully wrapped gift, but there's nothing in it, what good was the packaging? All right, let's take a look at some positive comments. The first one comes from Diamond Lee. Hey, Diamond Lee. Diamond said, I'm easily annoyed by toxic behavior, smells, and cleanliness. Yeah, toxic behavior, smells, and cleanliness, all of that. I agree with you 100%. Toxic behavior, first and foremost, because I'm not going to be able to be at peace around you with your toxic behavior. That's not a good thing. Number two, smells. I can't deal with bad smells. That's not gonna work, especially if we're being intimate. Oh God. And cleanliness goes along with smells. So I agree with you on that one 100%. Number two, relentless Ruthie. Okay, relentless. Relentless said, here because I'm about to break up with because I'm tired of him not. Okay, so I guess my man, my boyfriend, because I'm tired of him not meeting my love language, acts of service. Okay, while I meet his, which is physical touch, which is common for a lot of men. Physical touch is a big one for a lot of men, even if it's not. A lot of them is sex, but even if it's not, some of them just like to be held or touched or rubbed or whatever. I'm over this. I'm an Aquarius as well. I have no reason to stay because I'm not happy. Well, if he's not speaking your love language and you're speaking his, the first problem is right there. I would have that conversation with them. And if you've already had that conversation and he's still not doing it, then I agree with you 100%. It's time to move on. Because a person who's not speaking your love language, they're not putting in effort because they're choosing not to. They don't want to, especially if they already know. So if you already told him what yours is and you're doing his and he's not doing yours back, then that says that he doesn't want to. So if you don't want to, fine. Find somebody else who does, you know? It's very simple. We make it difficult because of our feelings and our emotions. That's the strong part. That's the intense part. But the truth is that if somebody, like you said, I'm over this, I will be over it too. If somebody's not speaking my love language, it's time for me to move on. And you said I'm not happy. Never stay in a place you're not happy. I don't care if it's a relationship, a job, anything. If you're not happy, find an escape route. Every single time. Find some kind of way to get out of that situation, because that will destroy you in the long run. Okay? But I think you on point. You already know that. You're Aquarius. You already feel it inherently. It's in your spirit. So you take care of yourself and find somebody who does speak your love language. Okay? All right, guys. You come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.